How y'all doing?
Hey y'all, it's Kayla with For the Love of Kayla, and I'm here with episode 19 of Casa, Amor, aka Mi Casa es Su Casa. Yeah. All right, so wow, this was a thick episode, okay? It was an hour and 28 minutes of just juiciness and recoupling, uncoupling, single. I'm open. We're all open. Everyone's open. This was a really good episode. I do want to jump in. So immediately we see the aftermath, right, of everything that happened after the dumping of Hannah and Jeremiah. Honestly, I think that dumping had to be the most viral, the most controversial, broke the internet. Okay, it broke the internet so bad it had me come out of retirement. JK, I wasn't retired, but your girl did take a little YouTube break, but she's back with the boomerang. I really want to jump into Pepe. So Pepe, you could actually see how hurt he was. And you know what? I didn't even take that into consideration, that he was also hurt too in the process. I didn't take that into consideration. So Pepe, it was sad to see him, hurt. Like, even when he was in bed, she's not in bed anymore with him. Hannah's not with him anymore. So you could really see that effect on him. You could see it wear on him. And it was sad. I loved how one of the girls reached their hand out for him. Oh, that was Iris, who just reached her hand out in support, because that was a tough night. They've been having a tough experience this entire Love Island, but it was sweet for people to, crowd him with support, because he was actually hurt. You could see how the ladies were kind of rethinking their decision, because they low-key felt bad about sending Hannah home. You could see on Alandria that it was really pondering on her, like, did we make the right decision? I feel like they did what they felt like they needed to do, and there's no turning back. So it kind of is what it is at that point, right? They get this text announcement that there's going to be a kissing competition. So with this kissing competition, a lot of them are excited. They're all brushing their teeth, getting all those pearly whites. It was cute how all of them were, taking hygiene first and excited for the challenge. They still, to this point, do not have any idea that Casa Amor is upon us. They are all given instructions. The women are sitting down on the bleachers. The men are blindfolded with headphones. And this is kind of a funny moment of them listening to certain music and getting their little jam on, and Austin saying, please change the song. A part of me is just thinking, wow, how long are they really standing up in these positions? Like, filming, I wonder how that process is, especially with reality TV and with this type of show. Like, do they get breaks? Do they sit down? Like, I'm curious to know how that process works. But it was cool because they couldn't hear or see a thing. So Ariana, as beautiful as she is, I just want to give her all the snaps and the claps. That woman is bomb, okay? Just bomb, okay? Any outfit she has on, I'm looking it up and I'm trying to purchase, okay? Add it to my cart. But yes, so she walks in, stunning like she always does, and informs the women, shh, don't say anything. They're like, okay. She has all these cards, boom, 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 and boom. The last card is Casa Amor. And they're like, whoa, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Geeked. When I tell you geeked, hilarious. It was just so funny. Huda had me cracking up. Amaya, cute little self, just running in circles like, let's go. Like, they just knew this was it. This was their moment. This was going to be the thing. So they get their stuff. They're like, you ain't got to tell me twice. All of them get up, run out of Dodge. Hilarious. And they're off to Casa Amor. Then before you know it, Ariana, she always got something up that little sleeve, okay? 5 beauties come out. Bam, 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 bam. They're walking up looking amazing. And they sit on the bleachers. Men have no idea what's going on. Finally, Ariana sends each one of them about their way to, start the kissing competition. The ratings, the numbers. I didn't know they were going to rate each kiss by numbers and all those things, but they did. And eventually they were able to take their blindfolds off. They had no idea who they were kissing. They were grabbing things and doing things. And then when they took those blindfolds off, it started to click like, oh, these are not our girls. These are brand new girls. And they came in hot, right? They came in hot and they were able to pick the people that they wanted to pick and be with. And seeing them couple with the person that they wanted to choose after the kissing process, I felt like who they chose made sense. Now, I was very, very surprised when it came to Taylor. I'm like, okay, so both of y'all fighting over Taylor? Or was that just a coincidence or accident? Y'all let me know. No shade. But for some reason, two of the ladies wanted to talk to him. That's Coco and Clark. Love their names, by the way. Eventually, Coco was chosen by Taylor. He had to pick out of the two. And Clark ended up picking Nick. Poor TJ. TJ was the only one left without anyone. So they gave him, a ticking clock to finally figure out what he's going to do, or else he is very single and vulnerable at this moment to where he might not be able to stay. So the couples disperse. They start these conversations and start new things. And I found the conversations to be lighthearted. Now, the conversation with Taylor and Miss Coco, I said, oh, wow. I don't be seeing him look at Olandria like this. I don't be seeing him talk about, what's your last name? Oh, okay. How Williams sound? I said, is that what we're doing? Coco Williams? Wow. Okay. He was enamored by that young lady. I mean, he was just in awe. I didn't see that before. Never seen that before. I think Nick is being sweet and kind. Who else? Austin is just like, thank the Lord. My heart is fluttering. Yeah, I see the clock ticking for him. Now, Mr. Ace. So Vanna, I believe that's her name. She was really interested in Ace. I think one cool thing about that is that there's at least someone for Ace that like came in guns blazing, knew exactly who they wanted, and they wanted Ace. He should be happy about that, right? But while he's having the conversation with Vanna, his confessional, he had me smiling because I was like, he said, bring back my Shelly. Where the hell is she at? I said, I like it. They just made me so happy. I said that in my last review, but Ace missed Shelly. He was like, where's my Shelly? Where is she at? All right, so now we're going to flip over to Casa, Amor, all right, where the ladies are. They pull up, but before they pull up, we're introduced to the men's, okay? Very, very attractive. I think I'm going to insert my reaction because I actually recorded my reaction because I was like, let me just get this on camera, okay?
I'm a professional basketball player. I'm 6'8". I got an 8-pack. I got a nice smile with a great face. What more can you ask for? I think I'm single because I'm too picky. I got 7 sisters, and they always teach me the right woman to go for, and I ain't found it yet. So hopefully this experience will help me find the woman that I'm looking for real.
What's your type?
I'm butcher. I ain't even in the Casa.
I'm like more of a personality kind of guy. I like a calm girl.
Finally, the ladies come in. Bam! They're just in awe, right? Because I'm pretty sure they've been watching them just like we've been watching them. So seeing them for the first time can almost be like, oh my gosh, borderline starstruck, right? But I think the men handled it very well. I felt like they came in pretty confident and knew exactly what they wanted. And I like that. Now, the women come in, they say hello, making eye contact, little kiki wee wee, and then Ariana comes back. They're like, hey. And Ariana's like, look, we're going to play a game. So they play this game where they pop darts, pop into the balloon. The balloon has something or some instructions for them to do, right? Whether it's pick 2 guys who look good on paper for you, pick 2 guys who look like players, pick 2 guys who look like you fill in the blank. And so each woman got a chance to throw their dart and pick 2 guys out of the crop of men that they were able to see and meet at Casa Amor. So while meeting them, Amaya actually goes first. She picks her 2. Nice pick. They do their little smooch. Nice. And the cycle continues. While all these ladies do it, you get to kind of see like some of the men already had their eyes on a few people. One in particular, and one that stands out to me, is Miss Shelly. Okay, Shelly was able to choose one man named Chris, and the other one, I think it was Zach with a C. If I'm wrong, sorry, but it was very steamy between her and Chris, and I kind of saw that coming. I was very excited that he came out the gate saying Shelly. That made me happy. So now we finally get to a point where all the women got their opportunity to kiss their men and do their challenges, and then they all line up on their hearts. All the women line up on their hearts, and all the men are where they are. They are able to do the same thing that the women did at the original house, which is go up to the islander who you would like to be with or who you would like to couple with. The men go up to the women, and bam, 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 bam. Every girl, for the most part, has a couple. Shelly is blessed with 2, okay? And unfortunately, Amaya and Alandria are the 2 islanders who the men did not choose, okay? This, for me, says a lot, okay? And I'm going to be sensitive when I get to this part because I'm like, what is it? You know, when I look at Alandria, like, obviously, conventionally, she's hot, right? A bombshell. But there's a disconnect where any man that comes in, it's not clicking. There's no spark. There's no electricity that makes a man just want to gravitate towards her. And as far as this competition, right? What is it? What exactly is it? In the whole moment, she was like, I'm just, emotional person first and da-da-da. I mean, that's not what this show is. If you're emotion first and brain first, that's not Love Island. That's Love is Blind, babe. And I do those reviews, by the way. Make sure you like and subscribe. But if you was looking for emotional connection, I promise you, you're on the wrong show. I promise you that. So that was confusing for me. And then the whole time in the back of her head, I'm going a little ahead, but she's very much like, I miss my man. I hope he's not cheating on me today. You miss who? I just wish we could send letters and notes to Fiji so we could let them know, like, this is not it, baby girl. But I digress. Amaya is also another islander who was not chosen, and you can kind of see a little bit of emotion come over her, but I appreciate her tapping in. And it seems like, even though she was given the, instructions that, okay, you are a vulnerable islander, which means, you have 24 hours to find someone or else you will be single, vulnerable, and might eventually have to leave the villa, right? So I felt like Amaya took that news and went to work, which is appreciated, okay? Now, the women get to get dressed for the night, the men get dressed for the night, and now it's nighttime at both villas, whether that's the Casa, Amor or the original villa, right? So you get to see the comparison between the two. The women are getting dressed, the men are getting dressed. So one thing I could take away from this is that I appreciate them all just being open to the experience and surrendering to the process, because you just never know, especially with something like this. It's going to be unconventional. It is built to be unconventional. So I appreciate them jumping in 2 feet in. I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of this unfolds for the rest of this week. This is my review of episode 19. Stay tuned. If there's anything you want me to cover, review, mention, or if I missed anything in this review, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back with more of Love Island USA Season 7. Be on the lookout.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.